Welcome to the Blind Android Users channel. This is your source for everything Android tutorials and demos, all from a blindness perspective. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Hello everyone and welcome to episode 93 of the Blind Android Users podcast. Today is Saturday, September the 17th, 2022. I am Warren Carr alongside with my wonderful co-hosts, Fee Dan, the fiery British one from London, John Dyer, riding the Dyer tractor. John, you riding that tractor? Maybe not while we're doing this though. And then the snowbird, Doug Cameron, and my dear friend there, Austin Pinto. We're recording this, as I said, on the 17th of September, 2022. Today, though, all we're doing is bringing you nothing but the apps. This is something you guys have been asking for, and we have meant to be doing this every quarter, guys, to bring you the app bonanza, but we have been nothing but slackers. I admit that. So we're doing that app bonanza today, and we're demonstrating 3 apps that will be showcasing today, and then John also will bring us a tip of the week. Coming up, we have the announcements. Austin brings us those announcements. Then following the announcement, we have the WION demonstration, that's WION, from Austin Pinto. John Dyer brings up the smart audio book player. Then I bring you guys the Yuka or Yuka, Y-U-K-A, and we conclude with John's tip of the week, and that's how to get your assistant to use the Bixby button on your Samsung phone. Snowbird, man, Doug Cameron, is it snowing out there in Alberta?
No. Yes and no. We are literally just on the edge of the god-awful snow strip that's currently hitting. So, crossing my fingers, it's probably going to get a little cooler over the next few days, but crossing my fingers that we miss it. We blame you people out on the Pacific because it's coming from you guys that we're going to get pinned from. But yeah, like it's not too bad. I'm kind of crossing my fingers. It stays this nice and cool temperature where it's not too hot, not too cool. I'm kind of liking it.
Interesting. You mentioned the Pacific because Thursday night we went on an emergency trip to Seattle, and coming back, it was so cold. We had to turn on the heat in the car, and this morning we're at 42 degrees. So it feels kind of like early winter coming on, but it's just the early chill of the fall. And so I totally understand that we may get some snow up in our mountains tonight. We're not sure, but it's a possibility. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing here. I'm about 3-4 hours out of the mountains, so cross my fingers we don't get it.
Fiery girl, that's the Fee done. Fee, what's going on?
Oh, it's been a bit of a weird week here because the news is still all full of the fact that the Queen died, and there's a 5-mile long queue in London to go and file past the Queen's coffin in Westminster Hall. So people are waiting in this queue for 14 to 16 hours or something. There's a website for the queue. The queue is on Twitter, YouTube, things like this. I don't get it really. The whole thing of watching a queue on YouTube, is that interesting? I haven't been watching that. But I guess it's very British having a big long queue, isn't it? It's very autumnal weather, or fall as you would call it. Today it was nice. We had some sunshine in the garden, but in the evenings it's going down to sort of 9 degrees now, and sometimes when the sun isn't shining it's definitely a bit chilly. The Queen's funeral's on Monday, and lots of things have been shut and are going to be shut and cancelled. People are having surgeries cancelled, hospital appointments, any funeral that's not the Queen's. It's all, well, to my mind it's all gone a little bit far, but there we go. After that, hopefully things will get back to normal.
Wait, did you seriously say they're canceling hospitals, like hospital surgeries and stuff?
Yep.
Like that?
Yep.
Isn't that kind of pushing it just a little bit too far. Like,
I think so, but some people don't.
generally,
But I
if
really
you're,
feel for people who need the surgery or
yeah,
even just appointments with
like that's
specialists.
going to cause such a massive backlog.
It is, and somebody I know has to wait 8 more weeks now for their appointment, and they're in agony. And I don't think the Queen would have wanted that.
That
So
is like so irresponsible.
I don't know who's in charge of these decisions, but it's very strange.
I honestly thought that was just a joke when I heard that. Wow.
It's no joke. Oh, and they're cancelling flights from a lot of flights from Heathrow on Monday in order that the London skies can be quiet during the 2-minute silence.
Gee,
And that's not a joke either.
No, I heard that. I know
Well,
people
I
who had
think
their
that
flights
that
canceled.
makes sense in in a certain sense because they
Really?
want to be quiet. At least they'll say no flights within these minutes or whatever. I think that makes sense to me.
It was
It's not too
hundreds of
much to ask
flights.
for.
They've
That's like-
cancelled hundreds.
That's like hundreds of thousands of dollars that everybody's gonna be now out, those who are flying in included. Like, there are flights from Canada that are like not even leaving the country because they can't get in their time slot.
Yeah, it's I think it's a bit mad personally. And
Yeah, so
that's
but
no
like I said,
disrespect to the Queen herself,
if
but
they
I think the
delay,
way the country has responded to it is going a bit far.
if a flight was supposed to leave at 10 and they could just delay it for a few minutes so that
They
it gets
can't.
there
They
after.
can't.
They really
can't.
can't. You're time slotted. So if you
There's
can't
too
make
many
your time
slots.
slots, you're either being diverted to Gatwick or you're not leaving your original takeoff location.
There's too many flights. You can't just alter a few because the others have
Okay.
already got their slots.
Because as soon as you push, if you went and pushed them back, you're now pushing all of the other flights coming in after them up to even an hour and a half back, which means they're going to have to divert because the planes aren't going to be able to carry that much fuel to be able to circle London for an hour and a half.
Yeah, but also they don't want them circling over London anyway because of the noise. So it's really quite bizarre to me. But there we go. Hopefully after Monday things will get back to normal, and I'm looking forward to that.
Well, thanks for that update, because then that brings us to a close of an era there. Something that's very important to you guys and important to a lot of places around the world. And it's a sad story, but at least that chapter is getting closed. Austin, what's going on, my man? Are you going to the Queen's funeral?
So we are not going anywhere. We are getting washed out in the rains because I thought the rains would end last week, but suddenly the rains have increased. So we are getting very, very heavy rains even in the mid of September, across the mid of September, which is unusual being this heavy. We do get rains, but not so large volume of rain. And the thundering has stopped. So I don't think the rain is going to end till October. So that's all from me from this very rainy Mumbai.
The Tracker Man or the Tractor Man, that's our friend John Dyer. John, you need to send me one of them. What are those in lawnmowers? I need one of those John Dyer lawnmowers.
You must be thinking of John Deere. That's the first time I've heard a John Dyer tractor joke.
I'm just missing you. I guess
there's a first time for everything, right?
What's going on, bro?
I'm good. It's pretty nice here. I haven't stepped foot outside, although I think it's supposed to be in the 80s today. So fall isn't quite here yet, but football is in the air, and that's fall enough for me.
Yeah, we're going to be topping off at 68 today, so it's nice. Let's now move on to announcements. Austin, what do we have cooking in the way of announcements?
So our email address is back working. You can send in your questions to contact us at blindandroidusers.com, which also includes comments, feedback, app demos, and everything. Also, a winner of the Pixel giveaway is Kamal Akhtar from India. And thanks to all those who participated. Unfortunately, there can only be one winner, so thanks to all that participated. Another announcement is that those people who are speech impaired in New York, Google has some tests for you. We will have to visit the Google office. You'll be paid for a research study that they are doing, and they're testing a model or a prototype of a Google Assistant. So do visit, and Warren will have to elaborate that announcement.
Yeah, so if you live in the New York City area and you're able to go to a Google office, Google would like you to come in between the 27th and the 29th of September so that they could do a little 60-minute study with you. And that's on a prototype of the assistant. And my guess is that it probably has to do with like maybe the new Google Home or tablet or whatever that Google may be bringing along. And so, if you're able to actually, you are such a great person because you get to see something that all of us haven't seen or heard about. So, if you're able to do that, and Google will compensate you up to $125. So, if you live in the New York area, you could go there to help Google do that research. And this is only for people with speech impediments. And we also have that URL that you can find in our show notes so you could fill out the form for consideration. And that will be it for announcements. We now come to our App Bonanza segment. And by the way, if you do have an app that you would like to have us demo, please then do so. Again, if you have an app that you would like us to review or demo, then let us know about that app. Or if you would rather record it, then go ahead and record it and send it to us for review. And you send it to us using that email address that Austin gave a little while ago, which is contact us at blindandroidusers.com. So the first app we want to demo is going to be coming from Austin, and that's the WION, WION. Austin, take it away.
For App Bonanza episode 93, this is the demo of the app WION, WION. This is a news app. It shows international news, Indian news. Its main focus is Indian news, but it also shows international news. It's like a 50-50 news app. It's an independent news app from what I have seen. I have never seen it taking sides of any government or any political party or any company or any of that thing. So it's an independent news app, and it's available on YouTube, on Twitter, social media. It also has its own website, WION.com. But we are today focusing on the app WION. So let me open the app and show you what's there inside the app.
WION has 2 notifications.
It says it
Double
has 2
tap to activate.
notifications. I'll open it.
WION. Unlabeled. Out of grid. Labels available. Use tap with WION. Unlabeled.
And on top,
Trending. Exclusive stories. Marked exclusives. Live TV. Unlabeled. Live. Unlabeled. Button.
on top there is an unlabeled button. Let me just
WION.
click on it.
Unlabeled. Menu and settings. Unlabeled. But you are not signed in.
So
Log
that
in
is
to read
like
exclusive stories.
it's like the navigation draw. So it has place for logging in and all those settings and everything. They should label that, and I'm going to contact them and tell them that there is an unlabeled button on the app. So
Back. Unlabeled. Button.
just under that button there is
Live TV.
live TV. So live TV is where you can see and hear live news being read aloud.
Selected.
We'll take a look at that later. Then under that there is home,
Latest.
latest.
Russia-Ukraine crisis.
There is Russia-Ukraine crisis. So there are different categories and it has relevant stories that you can select and read.
Gravitas.
Gravitas is its programming. It's one of its program.
Exclusive stories. Sports. South Asia. World. Entertainment. Photos.
So these are different categories.
Opinions and blogs. Videos. Business and economy. India news. R. Kelly convicted of child pornography and sexual abuse of minors.
So here starts the news. This is general news, but this also comes as latest news.
Trending. Apple's in-app purchases rise by 40% due to its recent privacy updates. It list. UFO. Kyiv Astronomical Observatory claims UFOs hovering over Ukrainian skies. British royal family can't bear this bloody thing. King Charles frustrated by leaky pen. Watch. Cancer. Aspirin found to boost survival rate in cancer patients in new study.
Wow, that's good thing. That's really nice news that I've read today.
Employee. A company that gives 10% pay hike to its employees to leave. Here's why.
Wow. I leave that company in a flash.
Uber pays $100 million in back taxes to New Jersey for misclassifying drivers. Queen Elizabeth II death. Queen Elizabeth II's final flight is the most tracked in history.
And so on and so forth, the news goes. So now let us go to the live TV section. And I'm just going to play a little bit of it because we don't want to get a copyright strike on our channel. So let me just scroll with 2 fingers down.
Mark Kelly. Mark. Page. India news. Video. Photo. Entertainment. Latest. Select. Live TV. WION. Show player controls.
And it'll take a little time to play because I'm on a mobile data.
Show player controls.
Christopher proved endless for young Mets as he kept probing Thibaut Courtois' books. As the first half went on, chances went begging for Leipzig, who were looking for the first win of the campaign. The best opportunity of the first half fell to Real's Antonio Rudiger, but he steered his header wide.
More videos. Show player controls.
Pretty much remained the same in the second half until midfielder Federico Valverde broke the deadlock.
More videos. Show player.
That goal opened up
Pause.
play, and as
Play.
So
Button.
that is the live TV. Let us go and see what the settings rolled.
Back. WION picture in picture. Unlabeled. Button. WION picture in picture. Menu and set. Unlabeled. Menu and settings. Unlabeled. You are not. Login. Sign up. My sections. In list.
This is my sections. This is in the navigation drawer. When you go to that unlabeled button,
Edit.
you can edit your section. So it will only show you the stories that you want to read.
Russia-Ukraine crisis. Gravitas. Exclusive story. Sports. South Aid. World. Opinion. Video. Business. Indian. Person. Notification. Text size. Personalize.
And
Double
here you
tap to
can
activate.
personalize the app. Let's see what personalize has.
Notification.
You can either allow or grant notification.
Text size.
You can reduce text size, increase text size.
Unlabeled button.
And then again, there is an unlabeled button.
Unlabeled button.
So there are unlabeled buttons, and I'm going to contact them and give them feedback regarding that.
Unlabeled button.
3 unlabeled buttons.
My favorite.
So my favorite again is something related to the news that I want to read.
Support.
You can get support, which I'm going to do now.
Share this app.
And you can share this app. The link of this app, if you want this app, is in the show notes. I would say 99% of the app is accessible. Only in the navigation drawer, there are 3 unlabeled buttons.
Rate this app. Feedback. Login. App information. Contact US. Terms of use. Privacy policy. 3.5.3.
That is the version.
Version. WION. Out of list. Detected. Text.
So this is the demo of the WION app. I hope you like the app. I hope you like the news. I've really started liking this news of this app. We are not sponsored by this app or any of its channels, but this is the truth. BBC and WION are the 2 that I like, because I've seen both the news publishers don't take sides of any political parties, any governments, any corporates or something. So that is how
Right side. 4 evil civilizations
I like
may be
this
watching
app.
us right now.
Thank you so much for that app demonstration, Austin. It's a great app, gives you all the news, especially with a lot of focus there in India, but it gives you some news also around the world. So if you're into reading news and things like that, you want to try WION.
you can also listen to the news, because there is live TV and live news broadcast from the channel WION. So you can even visit them on YouTube and even go to their website. I'll be having the links of their social media on our show notes. Although we don't have anything sponsored by them, this is just for information.
Great. And I think with us giving them such a plug, they should give us a little sponsorship. Just kidding. Anyway, so up next, we have the Smart Audio Book Player from John. And a lot of people like the Smart Audio Book Player. It's a great app. And if you haven't had it or haven't had any experience with it, I think according to John's demo, it actually gives you like 30 days of a free no ads. I don't know that it has ads naturally or not, but at least you have 30 days that you can use without needing to pay for it. And it's very minimal. I think it's maybe like $3, $2, something somewhere in there. So Smart Audio Book Player is one of those great apps, especially if you're on Android and you're into audiobooks. That's a good one to have. And thank you, John. And here's John with Smart Audio Book Player.
Hi, John here, and this is going to be a demonstration of the app Smart Audiobook Player. So I'm on the Play Store listing now.
Smart Audiobook Player, Alex Software, in-app purchases.
So as you can see, the developer is Alex Software, and you can get this from the Play Store. And it has in-app purchases. I'm going to download
Install button.
So, this is free to use for 30 days. And after that, if you want all the features, I think it's a one-time purchase of $2, which in my opinion is definitely worth it. But if not, you can still use the app, you just won't have all the features. And I don't believe there's any ads, even with the free version. So I'm going to go ahead and open it.
Smart audiobook player. Add root folder. The root folder is the folder where you keep all your books. Every book must be in a separate subfolder, even if it consists of only one file. Recommended folder hierarchy. Audiobooks author name book title /*.mp3.
So as you can see, it's a pop-up asking me to specify where my audiobooks are stored on the phone. So I'm going to go ahead and select the folder.
OK, button. Library. Audiobooks. New folder. Audiobooks.
Okay, so it's already selected on the audiobook folder for me, so I'm just going to, near the bottom,
Use this folder, button.
use this folder. So you'll navigate to wherever you have your audiobooks stored on your phone, select that folder, and then
Allow Smart Audiobook Player to access files in audiobooks. This will let Smart Audiobook Player access current and future content stored in audiobooks.
so I'm giving it permission to always access this specific folder on my device.
Cancel, button. Allow, button. Audiobooks. Use this folder. Full scan. 0%. Detected. Text. Progress bar.
So it's scanning right now to see what books it can find.
All. Library. Folder view button.
Okay, so now it's on my library. I'm just going to give you an overview starting from the top left.
Selected. All. Tab. Library.
Okay, so where it says library at the top left, I'm just going to swipe right.
Folder view button.
There's a folder view button. This lets you change how your books are displayed, whether you want them to just all be here in a list, or if you want them to be organized in folders the same way that they actually are on your device, or if you want folders to be groups all on the same page. So there's a few different options you could choose from here.
Full scan.
This full scan button is basically a refresh button. So if you've just added more files to the folder and they're not showing up here, you'd press this button.
More options button.
Then there's the more options button.
Selected. All. Tab.
And then the next row is just what you want to show. Right now, all is selected.
New. Tab.
You can have it show only the new books that have been added,
Started. Tab.
books you've started,
Finished. Tab.
and books you've finished.
O2 lockdown. Finished. Tab.
Okay, so I'm going to go back to the
Started. New. Select more options button.
more options button just to see what's in here.
Pop-up window. Settings. Playback statistics. Help.
So there's settings, playback, statistics, and help. I'm going to go
Playback
into settings.
Settings. Navigate up button.
Now, important thing to keep in mind is this is just the settings for the library page. There's separate settings for playback of your book once you've started the playback. So I'm just going to go through these really quick.
Settings. Remove root folder button. Add root folder button.
Obviously, those buttons will let you add or remove folders.
Root folder. Primary audiobooks. Hide books from other apps. Hide books from other media players and photo galleries by creating a no media file in the root folder.
So this option will let you hide items in your audiobooks folder from other apps. So for example, if you don't want Google Photos popping up a notification asking you if you want to back up your photos when it finds the cover art in this folder, then this option should prevent that from happening. It'll also keep your audiobooks out of your music player apps just to keep things separate.
Search button. Search helps you find the book in a large library. Not checked. Checkbox. Sort button. Books can be sorted by path, title, recently played, length and date added. Not checked. Checkbox. Folder view button. Folder view makes it easier to find books in the complex hierarchy of folders. Checked. Checkbox.
So these are basically whether you want these buttons to appear on the folder screen or not.
Book queue button. The book queue determines which book will be played next. Not checked. Checkbox. Playback statistics. Playback statistics allow you to see all the books you've read, even if you deleted the book folders. Playback statistics are stored in the Smart Audiobook Player Statistics folder and never sent anywhere. Checked. Checkbox.
Okay, so that's all the settings for here, so I'm going to back out.
Library. More options. Button.
Now I'm going to go play a book. Let's see. I have probably about 20 books here, but obviously you can have as many as will fit on your phone.
Winterkeep. 5 meters 16H. 31M 1%. Smart audiobook player. Started books. Button.
So now I'm on the audiobook screen. I'm just going to swipe through so you can see what items are here.
Turn sleep timer on.
Sleep timer.
Show ID 3 titles.
Show ID 3 titles. What this will do is this will toggle between whether the title on your book and chapters are gotten from the file names or from the identifying data or metadata within the file.
Cast. Disconnected.
Cast is if you want to play it on a different speaker.
Boost volume.
Self-explanatory.
Equalizer.
Also self-explanatory.
Playback speed.
Playback speed. Now this is one of the features that is for the Pro version, and it's definitely worth the $2 for me because I cannot listen to any audiobook at normal speed. I have to speed it up at least a little bit.
Character list. Button.
This is if you want to keep track of characters.
Bookmarks. Button.
Bookmarks, if you want to mark a spot, it'll save it.
Lock buttons.
This is if you want to lock buttons, I guess, just to not have them accidentally pressed.
Menu. Button.
Now this is a menu. There's probably going to be settings in here. Let's see.
Pop-up window. Library. More.
Yeah, so
Library.
that's how you would get back to your library, the previous page we were on.
More.
Let's see what's in more.
Pop-up window. More. Heading. History. Select file. Delete files. Select cover. Search cover on the internet.
So we probably don't care about covers, but if you do, there's a couple options you can get to here.
Smart audiobook player. Menu. Button. Pop-up window. Library. More. Settings.
This is also where you would get to settings. So these settings, I'm not going to go through them because there's a lot. Well, I'll go through the categories.
Settings. Navigate up. Button.
Again, this is different from the settings we were in before because that was found on the library page, and this is on the playback page.
Settings. Playback.
So there's a playback category,
Sleep timer.
sleep timer.
Full version settings. Troubleshooting. Advanced.
So that's all of the different setting categories. Like I said, I won't go through them all. There's a lot of settings in here.
Smart audiobook player. Menu. Button. Winterkeep.
So that's the title of the book.
1%. Progress bar.
That's how far I am through the book.
Read 5:05 of 16 hours 31 minutes and 11 seconds. 1% left. 13 hours 8 minutes and 52 seconds.
That's the progress.
Winterkeep dash part 01.mp3.
That's the chapter.
7%. Slider.
This is how far I am through the chapter. And of course, this will work with talkback gestures
12%. Slider.
if you want to change it from here. But there's also regular playback controls down below.
12%. Progress 845. Minus 51. 40. Previous file.
So previous file, that means chapter.
Player pause.
Player pause, obviously.
Next file. Rewind 1 meter.
Rewind 1 minute.
Rewind 10s.
10 seconds.
Fast forward 10s.
Fast forward 10 seconds.
Fast forward 1 meter.
And fast forward 1 minute. So I'm just going to go ahead and play it.
Player pause.
Soldiers who lived here had tiny, bright, sharp minds full of silly words. Keeper, friend, hero,
And
keeper, music,
of course,
laughter.
it will also work with the talkback gesture to double tap with 2 fingers to pause and play, which is what I just did. And I'm going to go show you an example of some tips. So
Next file.
I'm going to hit next file as in next chapter.
Long press. Select file. Don't show tips. Button.
Now,
Long press. Select file.
it says if you want to long press this, it'll select the file, which means it'll bring you to the list of all the chapters.
Don't show tips button. OK button.
You can choose not to show tips or choose OK. Now, it won't show this specific tip anymore because this was the first time.
Smart audiobook player. Next file.
So if I long press on next file,
Select file. Winterkeep part 01.
it'll give me a list
000.
of the chapters, and I can just go directly to the chapter. I'm going to back out of this.
Smart audiobook player. Next file.
Now,
Character list button.
I'm going to go back up near the top,
Playback speed.
go to playback speed because I always speed mine up.
Playback speed. Long press. Set default playback speed.
It's letting me know, this is another tip letting me know, if I long press it, it'll set the default playback speed. So
Don't show OK button.
I'm going to hit OK.
Smart audiobook player. Playback speed. Playback speed. 1.25x. 1.25x.
This is what I like mine to be at, so I'm going to
1.5. 1.2. OK button.
hit OK.
Smart audiobook player. Playback speed.
And now if I want this to always be the speed, no matter what book is playing, then that's when I'll long press it.
The default playback speed is set. Smart audiobook player.
Okay, so that's a basic overview of the app. I'm also going to show you the widget.
One UI home. Weather and clock. Double tap.
So I'm gonna put this in focus.
Detected. Text. Val.
Okay, so that is actually the folder that's showing on the widget of the book I'm currently playing. If I swipe right,
Player pause.
player pause.
Rewind 1 meter. Rewind 10s. Fast forward 10s. Fast forward 1 meter.
So these are the controls that you can have on your widget.
Fast forward. Rewind. Player pause.
The place where clumps of moss gathered against
So,
the base of coral mountains.
As you can
This one.
see, usually I only listen to one book at a time, so it's nice having the widget because you don't actually have to go back into the app. You can just find the widget and hit the play button and it'll pick up where you left off in that book. Now, obviously, if you want to change the book, you would just go into the app and go to the library and start a new book or pick up from where you left off in a different book. So this concludes the demonstration of Smart Audiobook Player. It's an app that I really like and I use it all the time. I've used it for years and it's very accessible. So I highly recommend it.
Thank you, John. That was a good demonstration. And again, the URL and all of that will be in the show notes. And now I bring you an app called Yuka, Y-U-K-A or Yuka. And if you're into foods, you want to know what all that food contains and all of that, Yuka or Yuka is your app. And now here is the demonstration of Yuka/Yuka. This is Warren Carr, and this is demonstrating Yuka or Yuka, Y-U-K-A. This is an app that you could scan your food and find out the ingredients of that food. I am on my home screen and I'll quickly navigate to the app. This is coming to us courtesy of a French developer. Let's now go ahead and demonstrate Yuka or Yuka. And today I'll be demonstrating this app using my Pixel 6 Pro with Android 13 QPR1 Beta 1. And for speech services, I am utilizing the Google Speech Services. I am on the home screen and I'm navigating my way now to Yuka or Yuka, and we'll get started from here. I am starting afresh, so we're starting it together.
Yuka.
Here is Yuka or Yuka, and I'll tap here to get started.
Yuka. Welcome. Allow Yuka to send you notifications. On top, Yuka on bottom.
And we have the typical Android 13 saying, allow Yuka or Yuka to send us notification. And so it's up to you. You could say no or allow or don't allow.
Allow button.
There's the allow.
Don't allow button.
And I'm going to tap on don't allow.
Yuka. Welcome.
We're on our first page now, and it says welcome. I'm going to put my finger down.
Yuka is a completely independent app that helps you choose the right products.
Moving my finger down.
Slide to continue.
And there's a text there that says slide to continue, which means it's probable that there's no next button. I move my finger down.
Onboarding pager icon image.
And so now I'll simply swipe from right to left with 2 fingers to advance to the next page.
Product analysis.
I am on page 2 and it says product analysis. I'll put my finger down in the middle.
Yuka scans products and assesses their health benefits.
Moving my finger down.
Onboarding pager icon image.
So I still have that same message we saw on page 1. I'll now swipe with 2 fingers again from right to left.
Recommendations.
We are on a page now that says recommendation. Putting my finger down.
Yuka recommends healthier alternatives.
And now I'll move my finger down.
Let's go button.
There is the let's go. That means this is the last page. I'll tab here at the bottom where it says let's go.
Yuka. Sign in with Facebook button.
Upon opening it or upon completing that little tutorial or little informational stuff, we are told sign in with Facebook. If I move my finger down.
Sign in with email button.
Sign in with email. I move my finger down. And there's nothing there. So from what I'm seeing, you could either sign in with Facebook or sign in with email. And since I do not use Facebook, I will therefore sign in with email, and I haven't created an account yet. So I'll go ahead and tab on sign in with email.
Sign in with email button.
Tab here.
Smart lock credential picker. Choose an account.
Upon tapping on that, it wants me to choose an account. In other words, my device sees my different email addresses, which means I could choose any of these to use it with Yuka. So I'm going to pick the one that I use.
Warren Carr, enlist.
And I'll tap there.
Sign in. Password, new password, edit box. Sign up. Suggestions available. To access, swipe right. Showing items 1
now,
to 2 of
I'm
2.
being told to sign in, and it's a new sign up. I could create a password. I'll put my finger now near the top, so we go from here.
warcare@gmail.com, edit box, email.
That's my email address there. Move down.
Warren Carr, edit box, first name.
And it already has my name in there.
Password, new password, edit box.
And it says password. So I'm going to tap here to create a password. So I'm going to mute this for a second, and I'll be right back because I don't want you signing into my Yuka or Yuka. So I'll be right back after I input my password or have inputted my chosen password. I'll be right back. All right, I just finished typing in my chosen password.
Password, 10 characters, edit box.
10 characters. To the right of that, of course, we have the show password.
Show password, button, not checked.
And below that show password is a save button.
Save, button.
I'll tap here to save my password.
Keyboard hidden. Save for autofill. Save password to Google.
And it wants to save it for autofill. I'm going to tap on save at the bottom.
Save, button. Yuka. History, tab, selected, 1 of 3, in list, 3 items.
Now I'm in the menu eye of the app, and we're told that there are some tabs at the top, and the one that we landed on is the history tab. And these are near the top, so if I move my finger to the right,
Recommendations, tab, 2 of 3.
we have the recommendations, and then to the right of that we've got
Overview, tab, 3 of 3.
and overview. And now to the right of overview we have some buttons, and the next button to the right will be
Filter, out of list.
filter. To the right of that we've got
Settings.
settings. And those are all the buttons that we find near the top. I am now moving my finger down toward the middle of the phone.
Scan a barcode. To get started.
And I find some text string that says scan barcode to get started. And I move my finger down. And to the right of that, at the bottom right, we've got
Scan a product button.
scan a product. Before though we scan a product, let's go through some of these items that we saw up here to see what they do. So for example, these tabs explain what they are, like overview, recommendations, that is the foods that they recommend for you, and then also the history tab, meaning the stuff that I've scanned. I could go in there and look at the history. But therefore, let's go now and look at both the filter and the settings and see what we find. I will now tap on filters.
Filter.
Here's filter. I tap.
Become a premium member to gain access to the search feature. Close button.
So from the looks of it or the sounds of it, the filters would be possible if one is a paying member. And therefore we heard that dialogue that says become a premium member to unlock some of these features, especially like the search and all of that.
Close button.
And we have a close button there. I'll close it for now and we'll come back to it if we need it to.
Yuka. Filter.
Let's now tab on settings, which is the last button there on the top right.
Settings.
Here is settings and I tap here to activate.
Pop-up window. Favorites in list.
Tapping on settings, the first item that pops up says favorites. Moving my finger down, I got
Account.
account, of course, that explains what it is. Going there and manage my account. Moving my finger down.
Report a problem.
Report a problem. Moving my finger down.
Premium member.
Premium member. Let's tap here and see what happens when I tap on it.
Yuka. Offline mode. Scan your items even when your phone has no signal. 1 of 3 in list 3 items.
So these are some of the benefits of becoming a premium member. You can scan items even when your phone is offline. And the second item,
Search. Search any product by its name without having to scan it. 2 of 3.
so in other words, you could simply type in the name of the food that you want to have it look up and it'll tell you all that info. Moving my finger down.
Food preferences. Detect the presence of palm oil, gluten, lactose, etc. 3 of 3.
And that's another one. So if you're someone who's on a diet or if you have some health problems regarding foods and foods that you're allergic to and things of that nature, I could see the usefulness of this app as it will tell you all that is contained in that particular food. I'll move my finger down.
Image. Unlabeled. Out of list.
It says
Detected.
image
Text
and
greater than.
label. I move my finger down.
Become a member. Support Yuka.
Move my finger down again.
Pay what you want.
It says I could pay what I want. I hope so.
No commitment.
All right, keep going.
Your participation helps the project to grow.
All right.
$15.
And the first suggestion we see here is $15
Per year.
per year. And
Slider 1.0.
there's a slider there that says 1.0. I kind of wonder if I slide it up, see what it will be. Maybe I'll slide it up to 100, see what that says.
Slider 2.0.
Slide up.
100%.
100%.
$20 out of list. Per year.
Moving the slider up to 100% makes it cost you $20 a year. Now, I'm going to move that slider down to 0% and see what the suggested donation or payment is.
Slider 1.0.
Slide it down. The 1.0 was $15.
Slider 0.0.
I slid it down to 0% and now put my finger down and see what that adjusts the price to.
$10.
It adjusted to $10. Now at the very bottom we got
Become a member button.
Become a member. Now I'm going to go back.
Yuka. Settings.
I am now back in the menu UI and we heard it say settings, which is the button found near the top right. I will now go ahead toward the bottom where we saw that scan button. I got a yogurt here. I got a little tub of yogurt here that I'm going to scan. So I'm going to put my finger down and tap on that scan.
Scan a product button.
Scan a product. I tap here.
Permission request on top, Yuka on bottom. Allow Yuka to take pictures and record video. Allow Yuka to take pictures and record video.
And I'm going to tell it while using the app.
While using the app button.
I'll tap.
Yuka.
Now I'm going to grab my yogurt. And I'm moving it around. All right, I felt a little vibration that was not audible to you. I'm going to put my finger down.
Product photo button.
And there's a product photo. I'm going to scroll up a little bit, see what I find.
Whole milk plain yogurt.
It says whole milk plain yogurt. And I move my finger down, or you could swipe from left to right if you're a swiper.
Nancy's.
Nancy's. And it's a product that I like, yogurt that I really like here. It's called Nancy's. And I keep moving my finger down.
78 100ths.
Okay.
Excellent.
It says it's excellent.
Positives.
And the positives.
Proportion 170 grams.
Okay.
Protein, some protein, 9 grams, 1 of 5, in list, 5 items.
Keep going.
Calories, low calories, 130 cal, 2 of 5.
Keep going.
Sugar, low sugar, 8 grams, 3 of 5.
Keep going.
Sodium, low sodium, 100 milligrams, 4 of 5.
Keep going.
Saturated fat, low impact, 4 grams, 5 of 5.
I'll keep moving. And moving my finger down, I find nothing. So there are no negatives here. Now at the top, we've got a couple buttons. On the left, we've got a button that simply says
Button, unlabeled.
Unlabeled. And I wonder if this could be a favorites. I'm going to tap on it and see what it does. I tapped on that, and what I notice is that it turns on the flash. So that button on the top left is the flash if you're in a dark place and you need lighting. I'll tap here to turn it off. Now I'll move my finger to the right, top right, we got
Beep button, button.
there's a beep button. So in order for you to hear when it comes across a product, and if you want it to tell you what, or to let you know that it has found a product, you turn on the beep. I'm going to turn this on. There we go. I felt the vibration. Now I wonder if I could still scan this, or maybe I'll go grab something else, and I'll be right back. I'll go grab something else other than this one. And
Yuka. Scan
now that
screen
I
on,
have
ringer
the
silent.
beep on, I need to have something else so we can compare. So I'll be right back. Let me go grab some other product. All right, now, so I grabbed something from the pantry, and I'm going to tap on that scan a product.
Scan a product, button. Yuka. Button, unlabeled.
I don't hear anything on that side. Move it to the side. Turn it around. It's a box. Nothing there. I'm going to scan the top. I don't hear anything. I'm going to go to the bottom. There we go. I heard a beep. The barcode was at the bottom. Now I'll put my finger down and see what product it is that I grabbed from that pantry.
Product photo, button.
Product photo there on the bottom left toward the middle. Not all the way to the bottom, but maybe like 3 inches from the bottom. Move my finger to the right.
Super moist cake mix.
Move my finger down.
Betty Crocker.
It says it's a Betty Crocker. Move my finger down.
0 100ths.
Okay.
Bad.
It says it's bad. So Betty, if you're reading this or listening to this, this is bad. Move my finger down.
Too sweet, 2 of 4, in list, 4 items.
And these are the bads. The bad parts about it. 1 is too sweet. Next.
Sodium, too salty, 315 milligrams, 3 of 4.
Ooh, next.
Calories, a bit too caloric, 160 cal, 4 of 4.
And I'll scroll down again. And put my finger down.
Positives.
And here are the positives.
Proportion 43G.
Move my finger down.
Protein, some protein, 1 gram, 1 of 2, in list, 2 items.
And the last item under positives.
Saturated fat, low impact, 1 gram, 2 of 2.
Move my finger down.
Recommendations, out of list.
Now we have the recommendations. So if you have this and you want something else that is recommended, underneath these are the recommended items.
See all.
We have see all, or I could keep moving down.
Product photo, cookie butter, partake, 54 100ths, good, 1 of 10, in list, 10 items.
So there are 10 items in there.
Product photo, cookies and cram, 90 100ths, excellent, 2 of 10. Product photo, Lenny and Larry's The Complete Cookie Peanut Butter, 51 100ths, good, 3 of 10.
One
Showing
more.
item. Product photo, chocolate fudge cookies, Too Good Gourmet, 63 100ths, good, 4 of 10. Showing items 3 to 4 of 10.
Look at one more and then we'll call it good.
Product photo, keto cookies, Benton's, 69 100ths, good, 5 of 10.
There
Showing
you
items
go.
4 to 6 of 10.
And that is a demonstration of Yuka or Yuka, Y-U-K-A. Now you know how to use it, and if you have any dietary recommendations, I think this is going to come in very handy. And that's been a demonstration of Yuka or Yuka, Y-U-K-A. That is the app Yuka or Yuka. And for today's closing, we want to close up with John's demonstration of how to change the Bixby to use the Google Assistant instead. So if you have a Samsung device, and of course by default, you are using the Bixby when you press your power button. But if you want to change that to use the Assistant instead, John has you covered. And here's John's demonstration on how to go about making that magic possible.
Hello, John here, and this one is going to be for Samsung users. So you may have noticed that on your Samsung device, you are not able to change a long press of the side key from Bixby to Google Assistant. At least Samsung does not let you in the standard settings app. So I'm going to show you how to do this if that's something that you want to do. So the first thing you're going to want to make sure you have is the Google Assistant app. So I'm in the Play Store right now.
Google Assistant. Google LLC.
You want Google Assistant by Google LLC.
Uninstall button.
Now I already have it installed. So the other thing you're going to want to do is go to the Galaxy Store.
One UI Home. Google Play Store, Play Store. Galaxy Store. Open button.
And I'm on the page for an app called Good Lock. It's one word, Goodlock. That's the app you're going to want.
Good Lock. Good Lock Labs.
Good Lock by Good Lock Labs. I have it installed, so I'm going to open it.
Open button. Good Lock. Good Lock. Detected. Text. Gok.
Now, once you're in the app, there's 2 tabs at the bottom. You're going to want to go to the one on the right.
Unlabeled button. Life Up tab.
It's called Life Up.
Life Up. Selected.
And from here, you're going to scroll basically all the way to the bottom. Look for something called Routines Plus.
Routines Plus. Very unlabeled button.
Once you find it, swipe right. There's an unlabeled button. That's the download button.
Galaxy Store. Galaxy Store. Navigate up button.
So this takes me to the Galaxy Store, and I can download from here.
Install button. Navigate up button.
So I hit the install button at the bottom of the screen. And now that Routines Plus is installed, I can go to the normal settings, which I usually get to from the notification panel.
Notification shade. Open settings button. Settings. Search settings button.
Then you're going to look for advanced settings.
Apps. Default app. Battery and digital well-being and advanced features. Android Auto Labs. Bixby. Advanced features. Navigate up button.
Once you're in advanced features, you're going to look for Bixby routines.
Side key. One-handed mode. Bixby routines. Bixby routines. Search button.
Once you're in Bixby routines, there's a tab at the bottom middle
Add routine tab.
called Add Routine. You're going to click that.
Add routine. Add routine. If.
So you're going to go to
Add condition. Add what will trigger this routine.
Add a trigger.
Conditions. Navigate up button.
And you're going to go all the way to the bottom. And under
Selected alarm dismiss. Routines plus. Unlock with fingerprint. Button action.
under Routines Plus heading, you're going to click Button Action.
Button action. Choose a button or key and how. This will override any action. Not selected. Side. Radio button.
So I found Side Key. I'm going to select that.
Selected.
And
Not selected. Volume down. Interaction.
under Interaction,
Selected. Double press. Radio button. Not selected. Press and hold. Radio button.
I'm going to select Press and Hold.
Selected.
Now at the bottom right,
Done.
I'm
Button.
going to hit Done.
Add routine. If.
So that's our trigger. Under that, there's an action.
Add action. Add what this routine will do.
I'm going to add an action.
Actions. Navigate up button.
I look for apps on this page,
Selected. Apps.
and then double tap that. You're going to choose
Close an app. Open an app or do an app action.
Open an app or do an app action.
Open an app or do an app action. Search. Edit box.
So this is my list of apps. Type Assistant. So I just used a talkback voice command to narrow my search,
Open assistant.
and there it is.
Assistant.
Under the Assistant heading,
Open assistant.
I'm going to hit Open Assistant.
Checked.
You could scroll through the list of apps if you'd rather, but I just did that to make it shorter.
Done. Button.
Hit Done at the bottom right.
Add routine. If.
And now again,
Next.
at the bottom right, hit Next.
Bixby routines. Routine name. Button action. Edit box.
Now it's called Button Action. I'm going to rename it to Google Assistant.
Button action. Copy and paste toolbar.
Type Google Assistant.
Google Assistant. Google Assistant. End of field. Keyboard hidden.
Okay, so now at the bottom right,
Done. Button.
I'm going to hit Done.
Add routine. Google Assistant saved. Bixby routines. Add routine. Tab.
All right, so we're done. I'm going to go ahead and, well, first I'm going to mute TalkBack.
Spoken feedback is off.
And now I'm going to show you. I'm going to press and hold the side key. What's the weather?
It's 84 and partly cloudy. Today, it'll be partly cloudy with a high of 85 and a low of 63.
So now Google Assistant is mapped to the side key. And the best part about it is you didn't need to disable Bixby to do it. So if you want to get to Bixby, you still can by using the voice command. Hi, Bixby. What's the weather?
In Chesapeake, it is partly cloudy and 84 degrees right now.
So that is a demonstration of how to set up Google Assistant on your side key on your Samsung Galaxy phone.
Thank you so much, John, for that demonstration. And you folks now know how to change your Bixby to use the Assistant instead of using the Bixby. And now to close today's episode, our man, Austin Pinto, standing by to give you that info on how to get hold of us when you need to. Most especially, you want to contact us, you want to send us those app demos, or for anything else, you'll know how to get hold of us and how to get hold of our many social network services.
For people to locate us, they can email us with their questions or feedback or comments or recording submissions to contact us at blindandroidusers.com. They can browse our website, blindandroidusers.com. Check out our YouTube channel, youtube.com/blindandroidusers. Subscribe to our mailing list, Blind Android Users, plus subscribe at groups.io. The links for Telegram and Twitter, Clubhouse will be in the show notes with all the other links. So that is it from us this week. And most importantly, how to support us. There is a buy us a coffee and a PayPal link by which you can support us, which will help greatly in the running of the podcast and all of the expenses of having a website, buying Google Workspace, and other expenditure that comes along with running a podcast.
Thank you so much for that, Austin. And I do want to thank you guys again because that has made it possible for us to purchase a Google Workspace subscription. And it's all because of your donations. And so we are really thankful to you guys for doing so. And for those of you that are wanting to do so, we have those methods or portals there for you that you could help us out and make these things possible. And we thank you so much because you know what? You guys are the ones that are making this possible. And so we thank you a lot for doing so. And so from me, guys, looking forward to seeing you next week. And thanks for listening to us. From me, it's bye.
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 Later.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks for listening to another clip from the Blind Android Users channel. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you're notified of every new material that we upload. Thanks again for listening to the Blind Android Users channel.